Hello and welcome to the second round of the Hometrack Challenge from South Boston, Virginia, home of Denny Hamlin and the Burtons, to name just a few iconic names that came out of this racetrack. Cars getting their final preparations in practice as we speak. This track not far from where we started last week in Bowman Gray, but this is the Mid-Atlantic region, and we'll move on to the heat races today and get on started. So rolling right into Heat 1, Reed Sorensen has drawn the pole for this race. That's a Spire car, so not exactly the worst, but it is a back marker. You kind of can expect it to go backwards. We'll see how he holds on here, has the track position. Green flag is out. Ryan Preece on his outside, going to look to start fighting right away. But he's not really going to hang with him. Sorensen going to work the bottom and get himself clear for the lead. Kyle Busch putting pressure on now. The 18 last week had a horrible heat race draw and just could not make up any track position, kept going backwards. Got a better draw this week. We'll see if he can make something of that. Gonna start looking for the lead already, working lap 3 in the 18. Trying to get it from Reed Sorensen. Not really able to get the run off the bottom of the corner. The 77, like I said, Spire, not your typical back marker. They are looking for speed. They're not like the Rick Ware cars or Starcom. A little bit above that. So they might be able to hold some track position here. Kyle Busch almost clear there, but not quite able to do that. Just doesn't want to slide up in front of him and risk damaging that car in the heat. And as a result, Sorensen's going to soar past on the high side and right back to the lead again and again and again. Kyle can make something happen. Caution out here. Ross Chastain over in turn 1. That car, quite a lot of damage to the nose and the left side. We'll have to go back and look and see what happened. Looks like he got some help from Chris Buescher. Hard into the inside wall. Tyler Reddick collected. Looked like he got some help, but also was quite loose by himself. Buescher just finished him off. And riding along with Logano here, you can see crashes to the bottom. Everything bounces up the racetrack, and Logano going to squeak by on the outside. Quite nerve-wracking there for the 22. Sorensen would lead at the line with that run off the high side, so he will lead us to green, working lap 11 here. Single file restart. Kevin Harvick in second. Gonna look to try and get by the 77, and right on the left rear, pushing him through the corner. Gonna waste no time getting to the bottom here. We'll see if he's able to clear, and Harvick will pull up in front of the 77 and take that spot, move the 4 to the lead. He was really good last week and continues to be just Kevin Harvick. You expect him to run well. Looking back to the transfer position, a battle we haven't talked about yet. Here's Anthony Alfredo, who holds it. Chris Buescher wants it. Buescher with a little bit of damage on the right front of the 17, but not holding him up at all. He's going to move to 10th. Now Alfredo will look to try and get that spot back. And look who it is. Kyle Busch has fallen back. We're talking about him struggling in the heat race last week, and once again the 18 just cannot find speed, even with a good draw up front. I think he started 3rd. This 18 car cannot find speed in the heat, needs a few adjustments, and they're just going backwards. I gotta make some adjustments and try and get this thing together for the B main, but they're going to be in the same boat they were last week and miss out on valuable points in the heat race as well. Riding along here, you can see just everybody freight training him on the inside. That car not up to pace. Something you don't usually see out of Kyle Busch, but happened 2 times in a row. Anthony Alfredo got back to the transfer by passing the 18, but now Tyler Reddick wants that spot, and he's going to look to get it here. He's also going to try and work the bottom on the 17 of Chris Buescher. He's going to get that position from Alfredo, now looking for Buescher. Alfredo under pressure as well from Kurt Busch. Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Martin Truex Jr. make up your lead 3, and these 3 have pulled away. Harvick with quite a big lead over Brad, so no real threat for these guys. They'll hold those top 3 positions undoubtedly for these last 5 laps. Talked about Kurt Busch putting the pressure on. Well, he's trying to make sure he doesn't have to race in through the B main again, because that did not go well last time out. And right now, he has the final transfer position, getting by Chris Buescher. Now looking to get some insurance here and put Ryan Preece between himself and 11th place. Busch with some bad luck last week. Looking to the final lap of the race, Kevin Harvick leads it. 2.5 second lead, no pressure. Kevin Harvick's going to come around and take heat race 1 with a pretty comfortable and dominant car. Ryan Preece, on the other hand, will take that final transfer position. Anthony Alfredo, the first one out. He'll start pole in the B main. Finishing order here, Harvick with a good run. Sorensen able to hold on the track position and finish 4th, a good run for him. And then here are your 9 that are out, and we'll have to look to the B main to get through some big names. Busch, Logano will have some work to do in the B main. Heat 2, starting lineup on your left, Ryan Blaney. Ryan Newman make up your front row. The Ryan and Ryan show as they bring us down to the green. Blaney's going to get a great jump here. Nothing to worry about out back with that restart. And Matt DiBenedetto going to look for second on Ryan Newman. That 6 car, not really able to hang on the outside like we saw guys like Sorensen do. Going to get a run, but not enough. And DiBenedetto will move to second, Wallace in 4th. This is quickly settling out. Single file. We saw a lot of battling culminating in that wreck with Ross Chastain in the last race. This race single files out almost instantly, except for a 3-wide battle there with Briscoe, Bell, and Jones. Looking to Denny Hamlin here, working on Daniel Suarez. This is for 8th position. Hamlin driving through the field. That 11 car pretty good, and that is no shock. Hamlin might call this a home track. There is a grandstand here named after Denny Hamlin. So obviously, this place is no stranger to Denny. He has to be a favorite to win this week with how good he's been at this track in his home track career before NASCAR. So you'll have to watch the 11 as he is just slicing through this field. Alex Bowman there in 6th. Hamlin putting pressure on him. And 2 chases. We saw the Ryan and Ryan show. How about the Chase and Chase show? Chase Briscoe looking for the transfer spot on Chase Elliott. Elliott trying to fight on the outside, but there's really nothing there. Cannot find the grip, and Briscoe's going to clear. Going to find himself in 10th, and now Elliott will look to get by. He's going to have a good chance here because the 54. That car not up to pace. He's coming backwards, so that'll allow Briscoe a chance to get through. Denny Hamlin working on Cody Ware here. We saw Cody do a great job holding on to track position. That is the best of the Rick Ware cars. Somewhere to Reed Sorensen, plant it on the bottom and make them go around on the outside or move you out of the way. And you can keep positions, and that's exactly what Ware's doing, and he's doing a great job. He's basically guaranteeing he'll get into the feature by just being consistent, running the same lap every time, and making himself really, really difficult to pass. Something you can do on short tracks, but not 1.5 miles and speedways where we see those cars struggle. And the draw definitely helps. Speaking of the draw, the person that drew the pole, Ryan Blaney, driving away with it. Matt DiBenedetto able to be there. You know, you can call that pressure, but DiBenedetto really can't close that gap. He's never gotten to the bumper. It's maintained about 1 or 2 car lengths, and Blaney has the race clearly under control. If he wants the lead, he can drive away. Just keeping it patient, not pushing it too hard. Chase Briscoe moving on. Alex Bowman there as Denny Hamlin. You can see him just hitting the bumper of the 51, just right into the back of the 51 in the middle of the corner almost every time, just trying, showing him he's there, but the 51 is just fast enough to be a nuisance, and Denny Hamlin not really able to get around him. Chase Briscoe still working on this 48. The run on the high side for Bowman keeps him there, while Briscoe has that shorter line through the corner. Sort of a game of chicken as the 48 falls back and then gets it back here on the outside. He'll lead at the line. Pretty much every time the 48 gets the lead at the line, because the line is further down towards turn 1. Briscoe slowly making progress though, gaining a little bit of leverage. This is letting Daniel Suarez, Chase Elliott, Eric Jones, Christopher Bell, all of them are coming into this battle. That's huge for Jones and Bell. You can see them. This is the battle for the transfer position. They need to go past Chase Elliott to get it. And there's a few guys in this race, Bell and Jones included, that really need to make something happen here, but especially Kyle Larson. Larson missed the main last week. If he has to go to the B main, it will be pressure, because that'll be 2 weeks in a row if he can't get through the B main, missing the feature. Jones in the same boat. And once you get to 3 weeks in a row of missing the feature, you don't get to privilege of drawing. You have to start in the back of your heat. That's to keep cars that shouldn't be up front from being there in the heats and help the championship battle be more interesting. Ryan Blaney will come to the white flag, keeping DiBenedetto behind him. No real pressure there. And he'll come off of turn 4 and take heat race number 2. The 12 car dominates this heat, starts from pole, and wins. And the battle for the transfer, nothing really changes. Bell and Jones raced each other too hard, and they could not close on Elliott. Elliott will get that final transfer spot and once again be in the feature. As we come to a close here and look at the finishing order, the only real shocker in the top 10 would be Cody Ware, who did a good job. Just, like I said, being defensive, keeping it on the bottom, making himself really hard to pass. And Seabell, Eric Jones, Kyle Larson, William Byron, those are big names that have work to do to get out of the B main. Well, that'll be it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and see you all in a couple days for the qualifiers, the pole shuffle, and the B main. Have a good one.